Hello, I'm Reagan, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and stuff they're sharing around the world on Newsfeed today. If you thought you'd heard the end of Cambridge Analytica, guess again. More scandals are on the way on how the company manipulated countries' elections processes. Protests erupted universities across India. Students say masked assailants attacked them with stones. One teacher says the stones were so big they could break skulls. Glitz, glamour, tears and jealous stares. The 2020 Golden Globe Awards has come and gone, but we have our own take on some of the night's best moments. And stick around to the end, we'll tell you where this little piggy was going. And no, it wasn't to the market. Cambridge Analytica, that's the company that exposed Facebook for inadvertently sharing the personal details of tens of millions of its users. It also worked with Donald Trump's team to influence voters during the 2016 election campaign. Now, Cambridge Analytica's closed down, but it seems there's a new scandal about the former consultancy firm. An anonymous Twitter account called Hindsight Files 2020 has been publishing private documents on the inner workings of the company. According to Hindsight, democracies around the world were being auctioned to the highest bidder. Here's Adama.
Remember the Cambridge Analytica story? Thought you knew it all? Well, there's more. A fresh leak of thousands of documents is expected over the next few months. Those responsible promised to reveal a global operation to manipulate voters on an industrial scale. It all started after New Year's Day, when the first batch of documents was published by the Twitter account Hindsight Files. It includes files on Iran, Kenya, Malaysia and Brazil, all of which held elections between 2017 and 2019. The person behind the account, Brittany Kaiser, an ex-Cambridge Analytica executive and whistleblower.
They started using information warfare.
She featured in the Oscar-nominated Netflix documentary, The Great Hack, which explores how the British consultancy acquired millions of Facebook profiles to influence and manipulate voters during the 2016 US presidential election. So why are they being exposed now? Analysts believe it could be an early warning about techniques that worked in the past, which might be used to shape the outcome of elections in 2020.
The result will be that while CA may have been exposed and eventually shut down, other even more sophisticated actors will have been emboldened to interfere in our elections and sow social divisions.
With every leak, the picture of the threat posed by data breaches becomes clearer, and with it, the extent to which they threaten democratic process.
Here are some other things that caught our eye on social media. This is the view from an Air Force plane flying over the wildfires in Australia. The military has been deployed to help put out some 200 blazes burning their way across 3 states in the country. At least 25 people have been killed so far, and no one knows how long the situation will last. The government's promised billions of dollars to fight the fires that officials are warning are about to take off again. And look at this, it's a billboard for Netflix and the BBC's new show Dracula. The famous vampire cannot be seen in daylight on the posters, but he suddenly appears at night. The series uses new age film techniques and stop-action photography to portray this ancient monster as a funny and charismatic personality. Listen, don't get me wrong, there are moments that would shock the soul out your body in terror, but the series was filmed in a way that makes drinking blood seem almost enticing. Yeah, sounds good, right? The surviving members of Nirvana reunited on Saturday in Los Angeles. Dave Grohl's 13-year-old daughter, Violet, filled in for the late lead singer Kurt Cobain. She sang on Nirvana's 1993 In Utero singer called Heart-Shaped Box. Now, the one-night-only performance was the first time the trios played together since October 2018, when Chris Novoselic joined Grohl and Pat Smear on stage for an encore at the Foo Fighters' Carl Jam Festival. Moving on, people are still protesting in India over a new citizenship law that many see as anti-Muslim. But protests of another kind have just popped up there. Hundreds of schools are demanding the government keep them safe after dozens of students and teachers were injured at the Jawaharlal Nehru University in the capital, New Delhi, on Sunday evening. Now, they say armed miscreants were roaming around, damaging property and attacking people with big stones. No one seems sure who the assailants are, but the university's blamed a right-wing student body that's linked to the ruling government. The group, however, is denying any responsibility, saying its own members were also attacked on Sunday. We've got Radhika to clear things up.
A pre-planned attack on students and professors inside the famous Jawaharlal Nehru University, or JNU, in capital New Delhi has shocked many people, especially students in India. The police are investigating the motive behind this mob attack, but there are many who believe that the attackers were affiliated with the student wing of the RSS. The RSS is the ideological parent of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. There are many disturbing images and videos that have emerged after Sunday night, like this one, which shows a profusely bleeding young woman. She is actually the president of the Students' Union of the JNU. Other images that are circulating widely show the attackers armed with metal rods and sticks. Their faces are covered with scarves. There's also images of destruction caused by the attackers on campus. On Twitter, there are also videos that show the attackers leaving without anyone stopping them. In fact, the police have been accused of not taking any action as the mob viciously attacked students and faculty members. The attack on Sunday night has led to student protests not just in capital New Delhi, but in all major cities and universities across India. In Mumbai, students staged a sit-in at the iconic Gateway of India, demanding that the attackers are nabbed swiftly and students are made to feel safe across the country.
It was very much painful and hurtful for the student community to see how the students in JNU were attacked. Seeing the videos and photos, it was very much difficult for us to digest it. And then we had a gathering in our campus, and then we took a call that we will support all the protests that is happening in Mumbai, in and around Mumbai, and hence we joined this protest. And we want the government to take necessary steps against the state, against the people who have done the violence within the campus.
So we're here as students to protect the right of all of our fellow students across the country to speak out when things are going wrong. And as a democracy, it is our right to speak out, and we will not allow it to be curbed.
In recent months, the JNU campus has seen prolonged protests over a fee hike on hostel rentals. There are many netizens who believe that Sunday's attack was led by those who actually support the fee hike. But there are many others who believe that this was payback for the Student Union of JNU that has been very vocal against the controversial citizenship law that was recently passed by Indian parliamentarians. So far, as the motive is being investigated, tensions remain high inside the university's campus.
All right, let's go around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Monday. NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick has criticized the U.S. for killing Iranian and Iraqi military officers in retaliatory drone strikes over the weekend. On his Twitter account, Kaepernick said, and get this, "There's nothing new about American attacks against black and brown people for the expansion of U.S. imperialism to enforce its policing and plundering of the non-white world." Wow. Well, Washington has fired back. During an interview on Fox News, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said if Kaepernick is looking for racism, all he needs to do is look in the mirror. Justin Bieber's wife, Hailey, says it hurts being called names. She responded on Instagram to people who don't like that she's married to Justin, saying it bugs her to be torn apart on the internet. Justin just dropped his first solo single in years. It's called Yummy, and seems to be about his love for Haley. And fans of Justin's ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez, are being blamed for bullying Haley online. A new report by the organization fighting global poverty, Oxfam, says someone in Rwanda takes an entire year to emit the same amount of carbon as a British person does in just 5 days. The report highlights the scale of global inequality and the impact that has on our environment as the world gets hotter. But Oxfam says 79% of the Brits they spoke with are willing to recycle more, and 68% would switch to energy-efficient products to help reduce their carbon footprint. And fast food retailer Burger King has launched what it calls a game changer just in time for this month's Vegan January. I hope that's how it's called. The Rebel Whopper is a plant-based burger that's now being served across the United Kingdom. It's made from soy, and BK management says it's thrilled with the result. The burger patty is being cooked on the same grills used for meat burgers, though, so that's a no-no for many vegetarians. Well, some of the film and TV's biggest stars walked the red carpet in their Gucci and Stella McCartney gowns and Dolce & Gabbana suits at the Beverly Hills Hotel on Sunday for the 2020 Golden Globes. Some people won, some didn't, some actors cried in earnest, others faked indifference when they lost in their category. You know how it goes. Anyhow, these are our top 8 most memorable moments of the night.
It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care.
I don't really have anybody to thank. I did it.
I actually just heard that fact, and it was pretty mind-blowing. I think it feels incredible, but I think there's also this other feeling that you want there to be more. I think I hope this is just the beginning.
Sorry. A man is blessed. A man is blessed with a family sitting down front like that.
Russell Crowe could not be here with us tonight because he is at home in Australia protecting his family from the devastating bushfires.
Inside here we've got spare hoses, fire blankets, gloves, respirators, and all the stuff you need for fighting fires.
Hero of this next movie is a naive, misguided child who spreads Nazi propaganda and only has imaginary friends. His name is Mark Zuckerberg.
We have to vote in 2020, and we have to beg and plead for everyone we know to vote in 2020.
Women 18 to 118, when it is time to vote, please do so in your own self-interest. It's what men have been doing for years.
And finally, take a look at this little guy. He's gone viral. His name is Miles, and he escaped an auction house where he would have been sold, definitely, and slaughtered. He was rescued by the Delaware Valley Humane Society. In this video, he was heading to the vet to be neutered and dewormed. He's already been adopted by a family in the US state of Vermont. That's all from the Newsfeed team. Reach out to me with your comments, questions, complaints, and suggestions at Drive. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Follow, subscribe, add. See you next time.